Hello students, teachers, parents, history nerds. Hello everybody, and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We continue with our Modern World History series by looking at fighting the Great War. Don't forget that there's a link for a fill-in-the-blank worksheet in the description. Feel free to use it. I just ask that you like and subscribe. I apologize for any mispronunciations ahead of time. I do my best. Alright, let's roll. The Great War was the largest conflict in history up to that time. Millions of French, British, Russian, and German soldiers mobilized for battle. German forces fought their way toward France, but Belgian resistance foiled Germany's plans for a quick victory. Both sides dug deep trenches along the battlefront to protect their armies from enemy fire. The fighting on this Western Front turned into a long, deadly stalemate, a deadlock that neither side could break. Technology made World War I different from earlier wars. Modern weapons caused high casualties. In 1915, first Germany, then the Allies began using poison gas. Advances in technology brought about the introduction of tanks, airplanes, and modern submarines. Germany used Zeppelins to bomb the English coast. Both sides equipped airplanes with machine guns. Pilots, known as flying aces, confronted each other in the skies, but these dogfights had little effect on the ground war. German submarines, called U-boats, did tremendous damage to the Allied ships. To defend against them, the Allies organized convoys, or groups of merchant ships protected by warships. On Europe's eastern front, battle lines shifted back and forth, sometimes over large areas. Casualties rose higher than on the western front. Russia was ill-prepared and suffered a disastrous defeat when pushing into eastern Germany. In 1915, Italy declared war on Austria-Hungary and Germany. In 1917, the Austrians and Germans launched a major offensive against the Italians. Although most of the fighting took place in Europe, World War I was a global conflict. Japan used the war to seize German outposts in China and islands in the Pacific. The Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers. Its strategic location enabled it to cut off Allied supply lines to Russia through the Dardanelles, a vital strait. The Ottoman Turks were hard hit in the Middle East, however. Arab nationalists revolted against Ottoman rule. The British sent T.E. Lawrence, or Lawrence of Arabia, to aid the Arabs. European colonies in Africa and Asia were also drawn into the war. And now, a little recap. World War I kicked off with millions of French, British, Russian, and German soldiers thinking they'd be home by Christmas. Spoiler, they weren't. After Belgium threw a wrench in Germany's quick victory plans, both sides dug in for a trench warfare slog that was as exciting as watching paint dry, but way deadlier. Newfangled tech like poison gas, tanks, planes, and submarines turned the battlefield into a giant game of who has the deadliest toy. While flying aces showed off in the skies, it didn't help much on the ground. Meanwhile, the Eastern Front was just as bloody, with Russia taking a massive L. Italy jumped in against Austria-Hungary, and the war spread globally, from Japan grabbing Pacific Islands to the Ottomans cutting off Allied supplies. Even T.E. Lawrence got in on the action, helping Arab nationalists take on the Ottomans. The whole world got pulled into this mess, and it wasn't over anytime soon. All in all, it was pretty skibbity. There you have it, folks. That is fighting the Great War nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. It would be great if you would hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. See y'all next time on Nutshelled History.